I have a friend who, whenever he ends up in the same room with a cute little kitten, gets red eyes within just a few minutes and sometimes even develops skin redness and other unpleasant allergy symptoms. As for me, not every season, but sometimes during the flowering of plants, I experience a strong allergic rhinitis. Allergies are just one of the reasons why a smart air purifier like this might be needed at home. And other reasons include, for example, simple comfort, since this purifier is also a powerful yet quiet fan with smart features.
Hello, Dreamy. Pet mode.
Pet mode enabled.
And what's more, it's also a heater, so this means that at certain times this versatile fan purifier can serve as a personal heater, or it can help to maintain a wonderfully comfortable temperature in the room. You're watching a review of the Dreame PM20 Smart Purifier. I'll be discussing all the other features of this undoubtedly useful device further in the review. The packaging of this purifier, to be honest, is simply gigantic. When I picked it up from the post office, it barely fit into my car's cabin. It's not very heavy. The device itself weighs about 13 kilograms, and with the packaging, it's almost 20. There's no need to worry at all about moving it around the room. It has wheels, so it's very easy to move. As soon as you plug this thing into the power outlet, it becomes clear that the top part can rotate. It can automatically swivel from side to side from a maximum of 180 degrees down to 45, or remain completely stationary. Also, regarding the important features of the purifier, the area it is designed for is 157 square meters, and the volume of air it can filter is 400 cubic meters per hour. It removes up to 14 types of harmful gases such as formaldehyde, benzene and others, and filters out bacteria, viruses, dangerous dust particles, PM2.5 and more. It combats the harmful effects of secondhand smoke, allergens, pollen, pet dander and fur. But this isn't just some ordinary air filter and that's it. No, this is a smart device, which means the purifier can also monitor users around it in smart mode and direct the airflow toward the person. If there are several people, it will automatically oscillate between them in the room. This so-called head, according to the manufacturer, operates using dual flow technology, meaning a double airflow. And it blows both directly forward and upward at the same time to create air circulation in the room. The purifier comes with a remote control and documentation included. It's very easy to start using it. Just plug it into an outlet and you can already control it with the remote. And there are also two buttons on the body, a power button and a display information switch. Right in the center of this eye, or the thing that looks like a speaker diffuser, there's a display installed. It uses color to show the air pollution level. A green graph means the air is clean, and the closer the color gets to red, the worse the air quality. You can see 7 different indicators on the display. Interesting, but why exactly 7? It's very simple, because there are 7 built-in sensors. They detect the amount of particles of different sizes as well as dust. The PM1, PM2.5, and PM10 indicators. These categories include allergens, viruses, and unpleasant things like smoke. For example, I immediately think of peat bog fires, which are quite a common occurrence. You can also see the formaldehyde content indicator on the display. That's HCHO. It can appear in any room along with certain building materials, finishing elements, fabrics and so on. That's why it's important to monitor it. And here you have that option. This display can also show the overall level of volatile organic compounds. These could be emissions from furniture or household chemicals and so on. And of course you can also see the current room temperature and humidity here. That's not all the information the display shows, because it also provides details about the fan speed and operating mode. Among the operating modes, there can be an automatic smart mode, a comfort mode, and a pet mode. In automatic mode, the device itself adjusts the fan operation and rotation according to the temperature and air pollution levels. In other words, the owner doesn't need to adjust anything themselves. For example, you come home, the air might be dirty, so you turn on auto mode. It starts blowing quite powerfully, spinning and tracking you around the room. All this is done to clean the air as quickly as possible, after which the airflow speed will automatically decrease. The comfort mode is the perfect solution for nighttime use, because the purifier operates very quietly in this mode. And then there's the pet mode. This increases the airflow to better combat odors and capture pet hair in the air. For example, I often activate this mode to deal with odors after I've gone to fry onions in the kitchen and forgot to close the door. When it's already too late to prevent the incident, you just have to urgently deal with the consequences. As you can see, the design is incredibly simple and minimalist, so I think the device looks fine in any interior. But the construction here is also very straightforward. For example, the panels that provide access to the filters are held in place by magnets. It's very easy to remove and install them. By the way, there's 4-stage air filtration here, and in fact there are 2 types of replaceable filters. Together they filter up to 99.9% of all unwanted substances in the air that they are designed to combat. One of the filters is a high-efficiency composite filter. It meets the HEPA H13 filtration standard. For example, allergens or the well-known coronavirus won't be able to pass through it. I didn't make this up, this is what the manufacturer states on their website. And another one of the filters is a carbon filter designed to capture, for example, formaldehyde from the air, as well as other volatile organic compounds and even other harmful gases. These filters have a fairly long service life. I really like that. The carbon filter is designed to last for a year, while the high-efficiency filter lasts for almost 2 years. By the way, the purifier also comes with a 2-year warranty. You can monitor the condition of the filters through a smartphone app. We'll talk about it soon. And probably everyone is very interested in knowing the cost of the filters, these replaceable parts, so to speak, of this device. It's approximately $60 for the carbon filter and $100 for the high-efficiency filter. The purifier itself will display a message, by the way, when only 10% of the filter life remains. And in the app you can see more detailed information, usage by days for each filter. And on the display you can also check each filter's status separately as a percentage. Now let's talk about the app. This is Dreame Home. It works on both Android and iPhone. Other smart devices from the brand can also be added here. The app's controls are organized around 2 tabs for air quality. One of them shows the indoor air quality and the other displays the outdoor air quality. In the app, you can specify your region so that the air quality data is always up to date and accurate. Accordingly, on the indoor tab, we have purifier settings and a chart showing air quality over a day, week, etc., as well as the content of various components in the air, from harmful substances to just humidity and the overall air quality. This is the AQ index, meaning air quality. In my case, when I brought the purifier home and set it up, it was already a bit late, so I didn't turn on the powerful mode, and overnight it changed the graph in my room from orange to green, meaning the air became even a bit cleaner than the generally accepted standards. Even ChatGPT praised me for the clean air. I asked it to analyze the readings in the app. The app for controlling the purifier allows you, just like the remote, to select the airflow speed, mode, and oscillation from side to side, or even tracking a person. You can also activate the shutdown timer, but in addition, through the app, you can set it to automatically turn on when someone is present in the room. So this kind of automation is definitely suitable for me, at least, especially when you remember the heating function. After all, let's remind each other, this is not just an air purifier and a fan, but also a heater. Here you can set the heating temperature up to 40 degrees Celsius. And likewise, in my opinion, it's important that you can set a detailed schedule for automatic activation throughout the day, as well as for the entire week. For example, when I come home from work so that the room is already warm, or when the child comes back from school. And this is definitely very convenient for such a device. And it's not just these settings that make this purifier smart, because it even has voice control.
Hello, Dreamy. Speed 9.
Fan speed set to level 9.
It works in English, and basically you can activate everything by voice, modes, airflow, oscillation.
Hello, Dreamy. Comfort mode.
Comfort mode enabled.
Hello, Dreamy. Set oscillation to 45 degrees.
Oscillation set to 45 degrees.
Hello, Dreamy. Pet mode.
Pet mode enabled.
Hello, Dreamy. Turn on the air purifier.
And there's one more unexpected aspect of using this device. The air filtration has an effect I didn't anticipate, because when this air purifier is running, you can feel a very light, pleasant scent. And I'm not a big expert on fragrances, but to me it resembles neutral perfumes of natural origin. Something like that. And when I spend the whole day indoors with the purifier, I just stop noticing this scent. I get used to it, but when I come back from outside, I notice a pleasant, fresh aroma again for a while. Aroma. I realize that guests who come over will also notice this pleasant aroma. It's a cool, unexpected effect of using this purifier. Besides air filtration, which is obvious and very necessary for many people, apart from ventilation and heating the room, there's another important, interesting thing for me. This device at its core also serves as a basic air quality sensor in the room. Moreover, it's a sensor with a display and with a remote control. It shows a lot of information besides pollution levels? Well, at least humidity, which is just honestly a super must-have during the heating season or even when it's hot. It's important to keep the humidity at an optimal level. Thanks to this, you'll simply get sick less often during the autumn cold and flu season, illnesses. And here it turns out that such an air sensor is built in, which I actually wanted to buy separately just to monitor the air quality in my home. And sometimes a separate sensor like this can even cost up to $200. And here again, I'll repeat, it's built in. So what can I say about any drawbacks? Honestly, I just haven't noticed any so far, but I do have a small reserve request for the manufacturer. If I were to be as picky as possible about the device, I would like the app to also have a graph of energy consumption. That's the only thing I theoretically miss, especially when it comes to heating the PR devices during the off-season. In such cases, I would like to see some basic indicators, current consumption and weekly consumption, so that I could roughly estimate my heating costs using this device. And now please tell me, what do you think of such a device? Maybe you're already using one. If so, share your impressions in the comments.